It is Star Wars Day. Woohoo! And this is a requel special Star Wars um, pitch. As everyone knows, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Um, and this kind of came to me. I thought my last year's pitch was probably my strongest. But this came to me when I was reading some comics. There's one going on right now called Legacy of Darth Vader. It's by Charles Soule. And it's about Kylo Ren. It takes place at the end of The Last Jedi before Rise of Skywalker. And I really like this comic. The idea that Kylo Ren still battles himself. I think the comic makes him a little too whiny. I think Adam Driver is an amazing actor, and I'd like to see him work with the material. But the idea is it's a journey of Kylo Ren kind of going through the history of his family, because he goes to Mustafar and meets one of the old monk servants of Vader, who is still alive because of technology. And in that technology, he learns about tattooing more, and that Vader was a slave. And so he goes to destroy Gargoyle the Hutt, who owned Anakin before Watto. And the whole story, he goes to Naboo. He is just working backwards and trying to eradicate the history. All based on the line, about the past, bury it, kill it, if you have to. And I find the story really interesting, but I think it works as a comic well, but I think it'd be really better if you tweaked it as an animated series where it's kind of like they've done the past years with the Tales of the Underworld and Tales of the Jedi and Tales of the Sith. I think Tales of Kylo Ren would be neat, and we start seeing little bits of his story, jumping through time, and as he tries to do this, because there's a part in the issue of the comic where he's talking to this monk servant guy who Vinay, I think, is the name, and he says that Vader's whole life was about suffering and pain, and yours was probably like that too, and it shows in his mind how just beautiful of a life he had as a child with his loving parents and his uncle and Chewbacca and the family. And I think that that's something that we really need to explore is like what really pushed Kylo Ren into the tragic character. Um, and I think that'd be really neat to see the moment like there was a comic, it was called The Rise of Kylo Ren and where the Knights of Ren came from. So if you did these 10 to 15 minute like specials that show like young Ben Solo at the Jedi Academy, Ben Solo finding the Knights of Ren, Snoke recruiting Ben Solo, and then after destroying Snoke, after destroying Han, like the things that plagued him leading up to the rise of Skywalker, and then maybe like his Force ghost crossing over and meeting and seeing his mom, his uncle, and his grandfather, and just being forgiven, because that's what Star Wars is about. It's about redemption. Um, so I just feel like he's a really good character. Adam Driver's an amazing actor for bringing him to life, but he got the short end of the stick um, with how they did Rise of Skywalker, bringing back Palpatine. It's never been one of my favorite things. I've complained about that a lot. But that's my Star Wars Day pitch, everybody. Hope your day is great. So remember, may the 4th be with you. Revenge of the 5th, Return of the 6th. Take care.